lorry-loaders, hangers-on, travellers, tramps, thieves, and anyone else who might have wandered in here. You're just about to witness a unique moment in history. I'll come on to you in a minute. For this is the first and the very last time that that my wife will let me give a speech on behalf of the both of us, and no, it's not going to happen again. And I just hope so soon into our married lives that I don't let her down. To be honest, I didn't really know where to start with today. It's quite daunting, isn't it? And after spending many a sleepless afternoon in work worrying about it, I decided that I was going to go to the internet for a bit of inspiration. And after a couple of hours, I was really surprised because I found some cracking material. Then I realised I was supposed to be writing a wedding speech. So, anyway, before I carry on, I'd just like to mention a couple of ground rules. And that table over there has already broke the first one. No heckling, please. It's nerve-wracking enough doing this without those sort of interruptions. Yeah, and I was going to say especially you, Harriet, and especially you, Harriet. But secondly, if you've got a mobile phone, I politely ask that you switch it on, because I realise you've got to keep entertained somehow. And thirdly, if anyone sends you any good one-liners, any text, please forward them to me quickly, please. So anyway, going back to that internet trawl, and the one thing I did learn, apart from the fact that my malware wasn't working very well, was that this is one of the few opportunities you get in life to actually stand up and talk about people you really care about. They're the people who really mean something to you in your life. And therefore, I'd like to, if you'll indulge me, just spend a couple of minutes expressing my heartfelt appreciation to some people who really have made a world of difference in our lives, and some people who we just couldn't do without, really. So I would like you to just sort of stand and raise your glasses, if you might. And the first people I'm going to toast are the bar staff. I think they're doing Okay, sit down everyone. Come on. Enough of that. You know you're going to get short measures from them anyway, so move on. No, but seriously though, we do want to take this opportunity to thank all of you for helping celebrate our day. And it's a day that, as Heather has outlined, exactly a year ago when Harry was in hospital, we honestly didn't think it was going to happen. So yes, today is all about us, and resurrecting our original wedding plans was our way of sticking two fingers up to misfortune and saying, you know what, you can throw whatever crap you like at us, but we're a team, and we're going to get through this, and we won't be beaten. But more than that, today was all about thanking you, our family and friends, for standing by us and helping to pull us through what were some incredibly dark days and nights. We truly appreciate the fact that many of you have travelled a long way to get down and up here today, even from abroad. And to those who couldn't make it today, well, we're grateful to them too, because they've saved us an absolute fortune. Thank you too for all your generous gifts. I can't really say how much they mean to us right now, but I'm sure that you'll have a much better idea when the video stops on eBay. And notice that it's not that we're materialistic or anything, but actually when Harry was doing the table plan, we reckon that what we should do is put those people who we thought would give us the biggest and the best presents down here front of us, and vice versa. And I couldn't resist a sneak peek at a few of the smaller presents that we've received today, and so I'd just like to say to Richard and Carol, where are you? Right at the back. Hi. It's lovely to see you here today, and thanks ever so much for the oven gloves. No, see, I'm only joking. They actually gave us a big fat cheque, and as Carol used to work in banking, she'll know that the details on it will be very useful for setting up some direct debits. So thank you for that. I don't know who said identity fraud was such a bad idea. Anyway, as you probably realised, neither of us are particularly conventional. You know, we've pretty well dispensed with tradition and done everything about art, about face up to now, including setting this original wedding date before we were even officially engaged. Conformity would have risked this speech degenerating into a bit of a thank you fest, and I didn't really want it to do that either, but no, I didn't want to fall into that trap, but by the same token I think it would be really amiss of me not to say a big thank you to my fabulous mother and father here, who I owe them a lot for making me what I am today, and they've not guilty. And the thing is, you know, and they've stuck by me through thick and thin. It's mainly thick, if I'm honest, but you know, they've always been there for me. And to Harriet's parents, Pete and Heather, you know, I'm truly grateful for everything you've done to help support today and our pre-honeymoon, which we took last year, as people know, and for taking me into the family and treating me like, you know, the son that you never wanted. Sorry, never had. You know, it could have been. I could have been in for a bumpy ride after Harriet told me all about me, but they truly have been brilliant. And while I'm about it, just a few words about the best man. I've known Colin for 19 to 20 years. He's always been dependable. I can always count on him to have his phone switched on when I need when I need him. And we got to know each other at Telford and Wrekin Sabbatical Club, and nearly 300 dives later I'm still alive, so that either indicates that he was an incredibly good instructor or that I've been very lucky. I think the truth is probably somewhere in between. But he and Ruth, his wife, have always made me feel part of their family, and it is nice today to be able to return the compliments. It really is. However, there is something I need to tell you about Colin ahead of his speech, and that is that, and I'm sure he won't mind me saying this because we are among friends, he does suffer from a strange affliction, a condition which can occasionally cause him sort of drift in and out of reality, and to take off on little flights of fantasy and make up wild stories which he thinks are perfectly true. So, no, I don't want to upset him. I think you need to know that in advance. Despite what I said earlier, it would be rude not to thank everyone who has contributed to today. And there have been so many of you, from Liz and Lauren, who've done their own version of the Great British Bake Off for us today, as you can see over there at the table. To the beautiful bridesmaids and the flower girls, who've done such a fabulous job today. Hopefully we have given everybody a mention in our wedding newspaper. If you haven't seen that, it's on the table over at the back. But I'd still like you to stand and join me in a real toast this time to good friends indeed, because there had to be at least one word pun in this, didn't there? So if you stand and join me. To good friends indeed. And so, finally, yes, really finally, to my wife Harriet. And this is the one bit I didn't really have it scripted because I didn't have this scripted. I just thought, you know, I'm going to just say something stuff. And do you know what it is? Still, I'm so glad that I'm married to you. And I'm so glad because my heart is finally at home. It really is. And you know, I thank you for being such a truly amazing person, fun person, for getting Alexandra here safely into this world, which was no mean feat, I can tell you. And for actually turning up today. I always knew she'd be a knockout bride, but come on. Wow, how lucky am I? In fact, a lot of guys do ask me how I could get together with such a young, beautiful and intelligent girl. There is no real... There is no... There is no secret. It's really, really simple. You know. All you have to do is spoil them rotten. Spoil them rotten. Treat them with respect. Show them the finer things in life. Yeah? And be as cultured and witty as your surroundings.
Do you agree with your daddy?
I'll give you an example. Because on our first date, I took her to a really swish restaurant. I'm not going to name it. I'm not going to name it because it was. I'm not going to name it because it is a really special place for us. Right. Well, this. I'm not going to name the restaurant because it's a really swish place, you know, and it's a special place for us. But what I will tell you is that I made Harriet laugh so hard that she choked on the chicken McNuggets. Well, it was Warsaw, what do you expect? Harriet, you must know I love you a bit because I actually turned up on time today, and that was a big thing. And I just hope that every day is equally as happy for us. Well, that's enough from me. I'm sure you don't want me to stand here telling stale old jokes all day, because that's the best man's job after all. So without any further ado, I shall hand over to Colin and invite him to join him on his journey of make-believe.